Hello, hello, hello. Let me make sure this is actually working. Sorry, both of my computers are not being fun guys right now, but we've got a lot to talk about today. That's why I came on live. Obviously, tomorrow there will be a joint practice. Not sure what my availability is going to be tomorrow. How are you doing? Hey, hope you're doing all right. Just trying to make sure my connection's good. My computer's giving me some problems. Let's go. But yeah, I gotta put a few things together. I gotta get some of these Kenny Picket updates and whatnot. But I think the big thing that we need to focus on is the fact that Kenny Picket has been confirmed out for not just the preseason game, but also the joint practice, which means at this point, if Shedeur doesn't get just a few more one reps, I'm not asking him to be named number one. Well, that's not what we're asking for, right? But come on, man. You dig what I'm saying? Like, there comes to a point where we've got to be honest with ourselves. So I think that there's a few different options. And I think one of those options we're going to talk about is him getting traded. And not just getting traded anywhere. Nisa, how you doing? How's everybody doing? We're going to talk about him getting traded possibly to the Rams. Because if you don't know about Matt Stafford, he's had himself a little issue. And then there's somebody, Tyrod Taylor for the Giants. He apparently is going to potentially miss some time. So there's a whole situation there. Matt Stafford is being put in like some time chamber or something. He's in like the hyperbolic time chamber. We're going to go into it in the video. Like, I'm putting it all together. I'm getting all the facts together. But first, I want to know how you feel. How do we feel about Kenny Picket being out for the preseason game, allowing Shedeur hopefully to get more reps? If he doesn't get more reps, then we've got a bigger conversation on our hands. Do we not? All right, so Matt Stafford, we got him. We talked about Matt Stafford. News alert. Check back in the chat real quick. How we feeling? Ian Coleman's got his wrist. How you doing? Hey, says, what did Kenny Pickett do? Got his one chance to get injured. We're going to talk about it. Gally says, everyone see you, auntie. See you, aunties. Joe says, starts this year. Cut the next. I hope they trade 12 to the Rams out of Cleveland. Giants don't need a backup quarterback. They got Wilson and Dart. No, not. I don't know who said Giants. I said Rams. I don't know who said Giants. Okay, cool. I think those are going to be dope. And then I also want to get the Kenny Pickett update. For some reason, it's not coming up right here. I searched it the first time. But I did see that it was confirmed. I do think it was Miss Mary Kay, if I'm not mistaken, right? I might just have to go. Hey, we might have to go to Mary Kay's page, man. We might have to go to Mary Kay's. Yeah, why is it? Oh, wait. Two T's. It'll do that. If you don't spell something right on Twitter, it won't give you the real thing, man. Why is it not showing me it? Was that a lie? Were y'all lying? Nah, man. Let's go. I think they're getting there on Dillon Gabriel. I think they would start him in week 1, but I don't think they would feel comfortable putting him in game. If preseason meant anything, where is the thing about his dang injury, dog? Oh, here we go. It's right here. I'm silly. Bada bing. Report. Boom. So here is that. And I want to get, because you know me, I like to confirm. Where's my man Daniel? I like to get a trusted Cleveland source to also confirm it before we even get into the video, man. You know how I feel. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing all right? Everybody doing great? Hope you're doing phenomenal, man. I do believe this is the first day Shedeur Sanders, yada. Hey, I haven't seen Daniel confirm that. Let me see if Mary Kay confirmed it. If I don't have any confirmations, I'm gonna just leave it up as a rumor, and I'm not gonna confirm it because we gotta be fair. You know what I'm saying? If Mary Kay didn't even say it, signed. Dillon returns to 11-11 from his hamstring and is in play to start versus Eagles Saturday afternoon, as is Shedeur Sanders. Joe Flacco has inside track to start week 1 versus the still not back. Okay, cool. All right, boom. Here is Kenny Pickett confirmed right here, right now. Okay, and I want y'all to, actually, I'm going to ask y'all this. Before we start, oh, man, y'all going crazy in the chat. Okay, Midwest Boxing Giant. Yeah, okay. So what kind of injury did Kenny have? He has a hamstring that he's still recovering from. Hayes says, I think you already said that. Ian Coleman, 82.5 PFF rating for Shedeur. Doesn't have to play. The bar is set. Fetty Int says, you did say Giants, bro. You typed play for. Oh, maybe I did. That's on me. Well, I clearly meant, what's it called? You know who. KP is not playing. He's still hurt. When KP first got injured, Rizzo said he heard. Hey, that's a good point. I have that Rizzo saying that. Let me get that, because I remember he said that, and then he kept, but Kevin Stefanski kept putting it back in. That's the last video we'll get. Shout out to you, whoever said that about Tony Grossi saying, because what he said was, he initially said it's going to be a grade 2. What's it called? And like, hey, even though people are saying he's week to week, he heard that it's actually going to be grade 2, and it was going to be like 2 to 3 weeks type beat, right? And obviously, this is what Kenny Pickett last said about it. Man, shout out to whoever said that, man. I'm gonna come back and read the chat, but let me get that. I'm gonna have that video right. I guarantee you. Put more Dillon Gabriel. I'm telling you, I believe Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel are the two guys. I think Kenny Pickett. Hey yo, what? Where is the thing? I had the thing. Bada bing. Let me see if I can find this video. I'm sorry, guys. I wanna hop right into. I mean, I'm still talking to y'all about it, right? I can still see it, but I want to get the thing with Kenny Pickett. It's when the Big Riz said it. The Big Riz. Kenny Pickett's going to practice against the Eagles. How much is Kenny Pickett? Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, man, everybody wanted Kenny Pickett to be QB1, man. Everybody wanted him to be QB1, man. Yo, I can't find it. I think they took that video down, dog. Because I can't find it. But I know exactly what he said. So if I can't find it, I already know exactly what he said. Oh, boom. And then here is the last thing that Kevin said. Man, y'all are the best chat in the world, man. Y'all got me with all these extracurricular things, man. This is a beautiful thing, man. This is a beautiful thing. Y'all are the best in the business. This is why. That's why y'all get paid the big bucks. Okay. Yeah, I can't find that video. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go Dillon Gabriel, because he threw a few good throws. Then we're gonna hop into it. All right. So who should get traded? I need y'all to know. Should Dillon Gabriel or Kenny Pickett get traded? That's what I was about to set a poll. That's what I was about to do. Who should the Browns trade? Who should the Browns trade? I usually have a separate place where I put my chat, but my thing messed up. So who should the Browns trade? We got Kenny Pickett, small hands Pickett, or small person Dillon Gabriel. Now, this is not what I say. This is what the people say. But Gabriel's a dog, though. Start the poll. Answer this poll. Let me get a few Dillon Gabriel tweets. All right, and let's talk about the possibility, right? The possibility of Kenny Pickett getting packed up, you know? Packed up, man. It's not looking great for him, you know? And when we get into it, we're going to really get into it because there's a lot of hamstrings, man. Lot of hamstrings, man. That's what Albert Breer had to say. Making sure I got all these things together, dog. And, of course, the reason why I think that he could be traded. Wait, where is the? Did I not get the Ram? Oh, it's down here. Okay, the Ram stuff is down here. Beautiful, beautiful. The Ram stuff is down here. Bow. Okay, cool. Bow. Yeah, the Rams and then the Jets, because Tyrod Taylor just sadly got. Hey, what's up with Tyrod Taylor? We gotta give Tyrod Taylor a little more justice because he always gets the end of the stick, dog. Oh, and Cam Ward. We're gonna talk about Cam Ward too. Apparently, he's having some problems. Cam Ward's throwing a lot of interceptions, and I'm gonna hopefully, be come in and rescue my guy. Come and rescue my guy, Cam Ward, because you know how my Titans fans feel about me. All right, so let's do it. Let's hop into it, man. Hope everybody's great. This is a poll now. All right, let me talk to the chat, and then we'll start recording this first video. Restrix says, hell no. As a Browns fan, I never once wanted Kenny Pickett anywhere near starting. Interesting. That's crazy. Hey says DG. Rich Girl says trade Shedeur. Nisa says both. And guys, I am working to get the chat on the actual screen. That's why everything's broken right now and like stuff's not working because I put the stream elements on. I'm not as smart. I'm not even as dumb as I think I am. I'm dumber than that. All right. So I'll get it figured out, but soon I will have that. But for right now, let me read y'all's chats. Trey 12, Richard Gabriel says, Quantel says, love the content, man. Never been this informed about an offseason. Of course. EJ Love says, Dillon G. TW says, trade Shedeur, so he will play. Interesting. Don Rickden says, trade SS to get away from the clown show. Small hands or small purse. Hey, man, that's not what I say. That's what the people say. Nisa, come on now. Rich Girl Mel says, I don't think anyone is going to want DG after seeing these camp videos. Hey, DG, Dillon Gabriel didn't too bad last camp. At least seemed like the offense was on fire. But we're going to open up speaking about Kenny Pickett in particular. Shout out to my man Ian Coleman. You know what he do. We don't care about Muppet hands. Dillon is on deck. 31 teams watching Shedeur still audition for 31 other teams trade 12 so Dillon can go 3-14 in peace. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think you're lying, son. Young Masai says they should trade Sanders to me. That's fair too. That's also fair. That's super fair. But I think we want to speak about what Kevin Stefanski is gonna do, right? What is Kevin Stefanski gonna do? But I should probably ask that. You know what I'm saying? Question, because what I'm going to speak about here is somebody's getting cut. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and start this video. And this is how I'm going to start this video, right? It's going to be with a little bit of pizzazz. I want y'all to know, look. Somebody in that quarterback room for the Browns is getting cut. And I guarantee somebody's getting traded. Now, Tyler Huntley might be the person that gets cut. Yeah, y'all forgot Tyler Huntley was on the team, right? He's just a camp arm, huh? Anyway, a few things have arisen that makes it seem like Dillon Gabriel and Kenny Pickett are both going to be on the chopping block, whether it comes to the trading block or the chopping block when it comes to actually being cut. Because, look, let's be honest, right? Tony Grossi got on Al Gore's internet, right? However you call it, Beyonce Knowles' internet, Blue Ivy Carver's internet, whoever you identify who owns the internet, got on the interwebs and said, hey, man, it's Shedeur's fault for having a sore arm. So here we are in 2-3 weeks away, and I'm doing this live. Somebody in my phenomenal chat told me, and hey, we watched this video live, so I don't have it. I couldn't find it, but I already recorded the video, so go watch it. Y'all remember when Kenny Pickett originally got this injury? Tony Grossi said, hey, somebody told me, not Tony Grossi, sorry, the Rizzo, the big Riz said, hey, somebody told me this is grade 2, and this is actually going to be 2 to 3 weeks. Here we are, what is it, about 2 to 3 weeks later, and Kenny Pickett still cannot go in a preseason game. He can't go in the joint practice, and now the Browns can only bring 4 quarterbacks: Tyler Huntley, Joe Flacco, Shedeur Sanders, and Dillon Gabriel. Now, Tyler Huntley got some sparse reps both in practice. Last practice was that Monday, and also in the actual preseason game. I mean, Shedeur got a lot of burn. Like he was, what was it, like deep into the third? I forgot, but it was it was a nice sizable amount that he got going on. So it does seem like Tyler Huntley is just a camp arm. He is just going to be a backup. This opens the floodgates, hopefully for Shedeur Sanders to get reps. Again, I'm hoping that last time this happened, he ain't get no first team reps. Are they going to allow Kenny Pickett to somehow still get 1 reps while also not participating in the joint practice? I don't know. Kevin Stefanski has done crazier things, okay? And also in this video, what we're going to talk about, because we're going to get to some videos, we're going to get to some reporting. Here is the official report from everybody's favorite, Mary KKK Cabot. Okay. How Browns Joe Flacco's has the inside track to start week 1 versus the versus the Bengals, with Kenny Pickett still not back in 11-on-11s in joint practice with the Eagles. Now, that's specific. 11-on-11s, another report from Mikey NFL. Report Browns Kenny Pickett will not take part in any 11-on-11 in Philly and expect to sit out the second preseason game alongside Joe Flacco. The starter is between Sanders and Gabriel, with both should play a good amount on Saturday. Before I go any further, I already asked my live chat. I'm recording a video, so you know what I'm saying. Y'all can answer if y'all want to answer. But I asked y'all, or I asked them. I said, who is getting traded? Kenny Pickett or Dillon Gabriel? Now, I know a lot of people in the comments say, why don't we trade Shedeur? Why don't you trade Shedeur? Because we're about to look at the 2 teams that he has option. And the 2 teams that he has option, he's going to be a backup, right? He's going to be in places that probably either an offense that's not going to be fit for him, or it's going to be a situation in which they're going to await for a potential Hall of Famer to come back. And we're going to get to that in just a second. But I'm asking you right now, do you trade Kenny Pickett or Dillon Gabriel? Now, whoever you pick, the other is going to get cut. I think we all presume Tyler Huntley's going to get cut. Remember last week I said, hey, they're trying to set Shedeur up. Now it backfired because both of the Golden Boys, Dillon Gabriel and Kenny Pickett, can't even stay healthy, right? And I do want to say, before we get, because we're going to talk about some teams like a potential trade, Kenny Pickett is a 5th, 6th year guy, right? I love the fact that nobody has come down on he's a veteran at this point, not being able to take care of his body. Now, I don't wish hamstring on nobody. Nobody's saying he's out there hurting his hamstring. I want to get that very, very clear. We understand that, okay? But if, again, like I alluded to, if we're going to criticize athletes for the well-being and what they do to their body, right? Why can't we criticize Kenny Pickett for somehow being a vet in a quarterback race and he can't stay healthy? I don't know, dog. I'm only asking these questions because that's what they asked when Shedeur had arm soreness. That's all I'm saying. Everybody wants to act like the last football we saw Kenny Pickett play was great. Like, what? Can we be honest with ourselves? The last football we saw Kenny Pickett, he threw himself into a sack. Anyway, let's talk about these 2 teams. After that, we're going to hear from Kenny Pickett what he last said. We're going to hear, because apparently Shedeur Sanders has outperformed Gabriel and Kenny Pickett. My live chat says Dillon Gabriel should start. So let me know that. Comment down below. Are you cutting Kenny and trading Gabriel? Or are you trading Gabriel and trading? And I know y'all want to trade Shedeur. I know. This is just play the game with me. Play the game, all right? Let Shedeur breathe. I think the Browns are realizing that Shedeur is too valuable. So sadly, I think they're gonna keep him right in that pocket. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So why am I speaking about trade? Is this just some random stuff? Am I just making up? Am I one of those AI accounts making up lies? No, actually, it seems like 2 teams could potentially be in need of a quarterback. Now, one of them is more, pretty clear. Like, hey, Tyrod Taylor is going to miss some amount of time. So, it would be good to at least have a camp arm, right? And that's why I said Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel, right? You probably wouldn't want Shedeur in New York unless Justin Fields wasn't there, because they're building, that's why Tyrod Taylor is the backup. They're building a mobile style, running style, to fit Justin Fields into Tyrod's style. So it's not the most advantageous place specifically for Shedeur, right? So again, that's why I didn't bring that up. And then Matt Stafford is dealing with an aggravated disc and has received an epidural. Oh my God. Last we heard, they put him in this thing. You see this? Hold up. Let me get you the better picture of it. They put him in an Airstream. They put Matt Stafford They put Matt Stafford in an Airstream. Hold up. Let me find this for you. Please. Here it is. Oh, I got video. I got video of it. Okay. Just in case y'all thought I was lying. This is absurd. So here is the video of it. Now, this is, I guess it's called Immortal or whatever, right? And, you know, millionaires do what millionaires do out in LA. So whatever. I read into it a little bit. It's basically a holistic, like healing thing to hope, to help your body in your healing, speed up a little more. In code, this back injury is bad, son. He's taking epidurals. He's hopping into rebranded Airstreams. Like, it seems like they're going to need a backup quarterback because I'm not sure if y'all watch it. Y'all didn't watch it. I know y'all didn't watch it. It's all good. But I don't know. Y'all watched my Cowboys and Rams video. I thought it was a fun time. But Jimmy G's dealing. Jimmy G can spin the ball, but this would be a potential place where, hey, you would want somebody. Now, interesting enough, I don't think this would be a bad place for Shedeur, but again, you're not going to start over Jimmy G. Jimmy G's throwing no-look passes. He's, been a little more molded. He's a lot more trustworthy than I would even say a Joe Flacco, right? Because you're talking about age, even though, clearly Jimmy G is not the most trusted man in the world. Still two different thought processes there. So these are the two teams, right, that are seemingly going to look to do that. Tyrod Taylor underwent arthroscopic, wow, that's a big word, knee surgery and will miss the remainder of the preseason. Head coach Aaron Glenn, the Jets hope Taylor will be ready for week 1 versus the Steelers. So that's guaranteed, missing sometimes. Again, they're hoping Matt Stafford can come in and start. So theoretically, they would need their Tyler Huntley. They need a camp arm. These aren't teams that think that they're going to fully theoretically lose their backup or fully theoretically lose their starter. They just probably need a tweener. And I think Kenny Pickett, if he can stay healthy, which he feels as of August 2nd, frustrated and that he should be out on the field. Let's hear it.
Just trying to take it a day at a time. Frustrated not being able to be out there competing, but trying to do my best to listen to what the doctors and trainers are saying and trust everything in the process.
Now, I called it up, and please stay with me, right? And we're gonna get into the Shedeur outperforming Gabriel, right? Because this is one of the bigger reasons why I asked y'all about Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel, because they the only ones, that seemingly haven't proved anything. You feel me? 2 weeks ago, Shedeur Sanders was the unproven, overhyped, yada yada. Dillon Gabriel ain't even play no preseason snaps. So Kenny Pickett, again, last time we saw you, wasn't that great? Wasn't that phenomenal? Right? So we're gonna get into that, and we're gonna get into this video. But I wanna stress this, and I'm not actually blaming the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, what do you call it? Their training staff. I'm not blaming them holistically, right? What I will say is that when two players in the same position enter the same group, right? Not only do those quarterbacks need to be held accountable for not doing what they need to do, whether that's pre-treatment, post-treatment, XYZ, right? But also, I got to look at the training staff like, yo, what's happening? And that would be crazy if not for, please, shout out to my man, the Browns, Julian Edelman, not Gage, what's it called? Luke Floria. Sorry, they're just them two. They're like the terrific twosome. Luke Floria, who got waived by the Browns this Monday because of a hamstring injury. Now, it was after a phenomenal catch. He said, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. There needs to be a conversation had. But here's another phenomenal reason. Hey, this is not me saying it, by the way. This is ESPN Cleveland radio saying these things now. Let's hear it.
Gabriel was chosen for a reason. Third round pick, that is, over Shedeur. Now, again, proof is in the pudding, because since Shedeur has been here, I'm going to be fair about this. it's fair to say that Shedeur has outperformed him and Kenny Pickett. I will go that far and say that, and I don't think I'm being inaccurate in that statement, nor does it come from a place of being of mean-spiritedness. It's just being objective about what we've seen. And obviously, Shedeur, with his performance on Friday, that puts him even further ahead of Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel. But you're right, though. He does deserve a chance to be seen and see what he can do. And Kevin Stefanski does hold to the ideal. I have to believe, and we've seen it play itself out.
Let's be honest. Like at every single turn, people have been telling Shedeur Sanders fans to pump the brakes. Now, my viewers, because I don't like calling y'all fans. I'm not a famous dude. I think that's weird. My viewers, the people who watch my content, often say that, hey, I'm for the Shedeur Glazers, and I am one. I'm pretty unbiased, right? I'm not going to say I have yet to say Shedeur should start week 1. I don't even want that, especially not with that Browns offensive lineman, especially with a wide receivers for the Browns dropping left and right, and you really only have Jerry Jeudy and 2 tight ends, right? This isn't the most advantageous place for a rookie to start anywhere, right? That's not me, right? But I'm not going to forget or allow people to forget the way people were talked about when, hey, he's going crazy in preseason. It's just 2s and 3s. Okay. But it was the 2s against the 1s. But it's just training camp. Okay. Okay, well, now it's the 2s. I mean, right, the 2s Cleveland Browns offense against the 1s. What's it called? Carolina. Yeah, Carolina defense. My fault. It's just preseason. He only scored his touchdowns against the 2s and 3s. It almost feels like there's a goalpost that keeps on getting moved. Y'all were not saying that Shedeur Sanders was, he's actually just a good quarterback, but clear the interview. Y'all didn't believe that. That's not what y'all were saying. I have the comments. It's so interesting that the hater comments, that they seem to go away. Where are y'all? Y'all was like half my viewer base at one point. Now I don't see the comments anymore. I don't see people saying, "Oh, he's just a bum. He's entitled. He's this." I mean, maybe it's because I've disproven those things, or maybe it's because he keeps showing you the opposite. And we're gonna get into that because obviously I'm streaming later in the stream, but this is more about the trade and the whole situation. But I've been hearing a lot of this sentiment of pump the brakes, everybody calm down. Why is everybody acting like Shedeur did something? It was okay. It's because y'all acted like the man couldn't read a defense. Mary Kay acted like he's just so far behind Dillon Gabriel. I'm still not over that. Just so far behind Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel can't even stay healthy for a preseason game. Are we going to be honest? We were honest about Shedeur. If we're going to be honest and say, hey, Shedeur did good. He had some bad throws. He had a throw that should be a pick, right? We had this and that. But other than that, he showed what he's best at. He looked like a rookie. Who'd have thunk? And other than that, he shined in a lot of places. What did Dillon Gabriel do? At this point, nothing. And it's not, again, we are not anti-Dillon Gabriel. I'm anti-Kenny Pickett. Can I be honest with y'all? I am anti-Kenny Pickett. I thought he was going to be the guy. I thought the fake slide was fresh. I was on his side. You know what I'm saying? That boy changed the rules in college football. That's kind of legendary. Like, that's kind of cool. Small hands Kenny Pickett. I don't like the whole small hands thing. I don't like picking on him for it. I call him small hands Kenny Pickett. Just because people call him small hands Kenny Pickett. And he literally threw himself into a sack, dog. He did that. Anyway, not the point. I don't know why we had to pretend and why Browns fans, and maybe that's just how down and beaten Browns fans are, that y'all had to have some hope in Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett, yo. We haven't seen anything positive from Kenny Pickett, even when he was a starter. Even when he was trying to get put in that place, and I wouldn't say the easiest place for a rookie to be in, franchise wise in the Pittsburgh Steelers, both expectation wise and weapon wise. Why there were so many I'll say personalities, and there's always so many personalities on that Steelers team, right? I don't think it's the easiest to lead. Okay, So I think I'll give him his grace there. But what were we basing this off? His pit days? I like the fake slide as much as the next guy, but I just didn't see it. Joe Flacco is old. I'm sorry. I don't know. What are we doing here? We're not going to get at Dillon Gabriel. I would love to see him play football so we can judge him. We've seen him take a bunch of 1 reps. We've seen him do everything else under the sun. But it seems like we haven't gotten to the point of him actually getting in the ball game. Now, how much time we got left here? We're going to wrap this up. Remember what I asked y'all? Where or who's going to get traded? Like I said, the Jets, the Rams, 2 teams that look interested, Kenny Picket and Dillon Gabriel. And this is me predicting that if at this point, and this might be bold, you might have to pump my brakes. If somebody gets cut in the quarterback room, besides Snoop Huntley, obviously he's just he's over there. A quarterback that will get cut is going to be a Dillon Gabriel, Kenny Pickett. I don't know if one of them will get traded, to be honest with you. I'm putting it right now. Y'all can, and if I'm wrong, y'all can come back and stamp me. Y'all can come back and say you was wrong. But I'm putting it right now. The 2 players that can't even stay healthy, they're going to get cut and or traded. But y'all let me know down below in the comments who that is, what team they're going to go with. Continue to be great. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, man. We'll see you next time. Live stream. Don't y'all go nowhere. Let me read my chat, man. Let me read my chat for a second. We are going to get into another Shedeur video. We're going to talk about the whole Tony Grossi situation because as many are to do, it seems like the world of Fox News and things of that nature, they came and, they had plenty to say about the whole situation. So we're going to talk about the Tony Grossi. We're going to talk about Tony Grossi responding to it, right? And then I have a little Fox Network or Fox News response. Hold up, wait, what just happened? Oh, okay, it's just the Saints. All right, boom. Chat, what we doing? Wow, look at this, yo, the poll, yo, 63-37. That's pretty, you know what I'm saying? As far as my polls go, we gonna end that right now. New poll. Who needs a quarterback more? Is it the Jets? I put more like more. Is it the Jets or is it the Rams? Those are some scary injuries. Matt Stafford in a dang tuba or whatever he's in. All right. Let me read this. They still lurking. Trust me, Rich Ramel. Cass says Brown should trade Gabriel and Pickett. The team only needs Shedeur. He's a star like Mahomes. Hey. Look, if I know I just said don't pump your brakes, I do think we need to pump our brakes. Now, two different conversations. Y'all gonna hate me for this, but we're talking about star power. Shedeur is already a bigger star than Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry, he's already a bigger star. Now, football wise, let's not do that. Let's not do that. But notoriety, celebrity, right? Yeah, more people probably know who Shedeur is. Your mama probably know who Shedeur is more than she knows who Patrick Mahomes is. You know what I'm saying? Like in that aspect, but not in like a football aspect. But I like it. Dalton Wilson says M. Okay. Interesting. Manira Small says Shedeur's pregame and postgame treatment regimen is top tier. His dietary is clean and managed. Shedeur is meticulously disciplined about his work ethic and performance. I'm not mad at that. Mary says KP, I guess, wanted to be traded. I want Shedeur to start. The line and the receivers will be the same whenever he starts. Well, here's my thing. I just don't think the Browns have the team necessary for him to positively start. You feel me? I don't think that's gonna be good for him. You feel me? I wouldn't recommend it anyway. 12 is more of a Joe Burrow. Yeah, he's definitely a what's it called? Sit in the pocket, but still is creative enough to get out. I like that Joe Burrow comp more than Tom Brady, right? He is in the pocket, but like we saw in the preseason, you know, he wants to create some space. He has some creativity. He'll try to scramble a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So he's no speed demon, but you know, it's a different flavor. It's more of a Aaron Rodgers. No. That's too far. I think Joe Burrow style wise. We'll keep it right there. We'll keep it right there. Long season may need everybody at quarterback. Selma Johnson says, "Hey, I mean, I know people might be joking, but the 17 game, and it seems like only one game, but adding one game added what, like 2-3 more weeks to the whole season. So it makes the season very, very long. So who knows? Maybe they're thinking about that. Robert Morris says we'll have a sample size. Kenny Pickett can do, but we haven't seen what Dillon Gabriel can do as of yet, specifically at the NFL level. Of course, I think 12 game is similar to Brady. We already talked about that. I wonder why that convo Barry and 12 had on the sideline during the game wasn't mic'd. His accuracy reminds. Hey, who said that? Q Dog. I'm putting that in the video. I'm putting that in the video, dog. I'm putting that in the video, dog. You feel me? I'm putting that right over here. Q Dog, you're a genius. He's a genius. Genius. Boom, boom, boom. The sound of yeah, Andrew Berry. Yeah, Andrew Berry. Andrew Berry was caught flicked up. Caught flicked up with that man. Who that is? Who that is right up? Man, y'all tweaking, man. Y'all better watch out, man. Y'all better watch out. Let's get into this. We finna hop into this Tony Grossi response video. Let me make sure all these videos work.
Friday when you
okay.
I initiated.
Okay, cool. We'll probably watch both of these. We'll start here first. I think this is the longer version. We have some reactions there. Okay, cool. Fire. Finish up reading the chat. Pedro, what's good? Fan enjoyed the live last week. Shedeur was looking pretty nice. He was looking clean. Pedro, I appreciate you showing up. Appreciate you being here twice. Midwest Tony agrees. Courtney Kizzle says all that needs to be asked by Shedeur haters is what does he need to do to prove to you? Set the parameters. Tell us. Let's see what check marks is he missing for you. Brady can't move like Shedeur. That's true. That's true, 5%. If DG plays like Shedeur will win the job. BAP, I believe you. I believe BTG says the line is good. They just not playing preseason. Batonio, Wyatt, Teller, Jenkins, Conklin. Y'all might be right. I have a lot of respect for Joe Batonio and Wyatt Teller. I know they're beasts. I'm not as familiar with Jenkins and Conklin, so maybe I don't know ball. But mostly, like I said, the weapons is the biggest question. And I wouldn't actually had a problem with the running backs if it wasn't for the Quinshon Judkins situation. Actually, I made a video saying how much it would be great for him to start because he would have two great running backs and then everything else. And then Harold Fannin, Njoku, Jerry Jeudy, it's enough to get you going. And then he was building a great chemistry with Gage and obviously Luke Floria. Rest in peace. He's gonna be back. He's gonna be back. Don't worry. But maybe I need to get deeper in my bag because we wasn't seeing any great offensive line play, especially as of late, seemingly. So BTG TV says I need to do some more ball research. I'm not mad at that. Rose says I need to see DG start and go 3 quarters with the 2s and 3s for fair competition. I like that. Manira, please y'all let me know if I'm saying your name wrong. Manira Small says let Dillon start this week to first prove what Dillon is made of. Shedeur has already shown his merit. Once Dillon shows us what he's working with, we have a complete conversation. He has a potential, and this is Quantel Tuba. He has the potential to have a Burrow pocket presence, but but Joe gets out of insane pressure. Yeah, he is, and that's those levels to it. When we talk about those levels to it, right? You can compare it to it. It walks like a duck a little bit, but at the same time, he's gonna have to find his own little vibration, his own way to do it, and I think it'll start molding its way pretty well there. Pedro again says he gets reps against the Eagles coming up soon. Can't wait to see what to do against a top tier team. That's big, Pedro. And Ian Coleman says Marshall looks like a keeper. Oh yeah, the running back Marshall. We didn't even get to talk about that. I need to make another video about Harold Fannin, even though he didn't get no reps. Him and then Marshall was that was a great surprise. Sadly, Luke Floria was another person who was very exciting in that last preseason game, but obviously, he hit waivers. But let's go ahead and address Tony Grossi addressing the Shedeur Sanders comment. All right, let's get after it. As we all know, that man 12 went ahead and walked him down, a reporter, man. He went ahead and got up in the grizzly of old Tony Grossi. And today in this video, we're going to not just, rewatch that video, hear Tony Grossi's response, some other people's response, but of course do a fair share of yap myself. Before I even give my take and opinion, I think it's fair that we go ahead and rewatch the video and see what the hubbub is. And then we're going to go right into Tony Grossi's interesting explanation of the entire situation. So first things first, the incident. There it is.
Tony, I be hoping you be. Tony, I be hoping you got something positive to say about me. Cause you always say negative stuff about me. And I'm like, I ain't do nothing to you. No. I ain't see nothing positive that you ever say. I did something positive every day. But I'm saying, come on, Tony. What I do to you, Tony?
Okay, so I want to make my first point here is the fact that I don't know that part. Hey, hold on 1 second. Like, he really wanted to tell Tony that. Like that was important. He didn't want no fanfare. He didn't want no whatever. Now, some people argue that he was doing that for another reason, and I think Mr. Tony Grossi would actually argue that. Now, as we know, Tony Grossi he's a Cleveland hero. He goes deeps into it. Hey, Shedeur, how about respecting a legend? You can come talk to Tony when you are big enough to sell out the Mentor Taco Bell. Come on now. Tony Grossi been in these streets for real now. This is real life. This is really Tony Grossi in a local Cleveland Taco Bell ad. Come on now. ESPN can't. Hey, that's a good thing, man. And obviously, the infamous Baker Gabriel. Wow, Baker Mayfield. I did not mean to do that. Baker Mayfield. But before we do that, let's hear what Tony Grossi has to say for himself.
When Shedeur confronted you, you guys.
Let me just correct that first.
Okay.
I initiated the conversation after he got off the podium and was walking to the locker room.
Whoa. Hold up. Wait a minute. So you telling me, because I've already heard this. So the things that he's about to say is even crazier now that, because I only heard the 53-second version one. So you telling me Tony, the king of Taco Bell in Cleveland, ran up on Shedeur Sanders? My fault, Big T. Hold up. The Gross is like, I didn't know. I didn't know Big TG was like that. They call him Tony the Tiger over there. You feel me? So apparently he initiated the contact. He said, let me run up to you. Let me talk to you, 12. Okay, Tony, go ahead. What you had to say, Tony?
I was behind him, and I not shouted, as I called his name for him to stop. I wanted to ask him one more question. So he didn't come directly to me.
Okay.
I actually came to him first.
Okay. And then what was the question?
Well, I didn't get to ask it because that's when he it was not important. But
Tony, I want people to understand this because that is the power of Tony Grossi. That is why you are the general of the 100 Years' War. What you say matters. What you say matters to fans, and what you say and write matters to the players. Okay? I want to start this off by saying that and give you your props for this, because there's a lot of people that cover the Browns and no one even knows who the heck they are. Okay? But obviously, Shedeur has been listening and just wanted to. What was your takeaway from the confrontation, Tone? I thought it ended well. Am I correct?
Well, I agree with that, but here's the thing. I had no idea it was being recorded by his brother, on camera for future use somewhere. And that's what kind of, and I didn't know that until I saw it on the internet at the airport the next day. But that's fine. I give Shedeur a lot of credit for not saying anything from the podium, as other quarterbacks would have done. He answered every one of my questions.
Baker Mayfield.
Everyone was terrific after that game. He was pretty good in the game too. And then he said what he said to me. I thought it was in private, but I didn't know his brother was recording it.
Yeah, and that's
and
the
it
difference.
did end up. We're both laughing at the end. Now somebody asked me.
So a lot was revealed there. Can I say before we get into it, because I'm gonna give Tony Grossi some problems. Before we do that, can we give Tony Grossi a small clap, because he is honestly, not only did he take the interaction well at face value, being able to laugh and whatever, but he also is handling it well post, right? The only thing I got a problem with is, which we're gonna talk about, is the fact that he wants to. Okay, so here's my thing. You can't act surprised that it's not private or whatever when you apparently go up to somebody. Like that's not how that works, right? If you're gonna go up to somebody and you're gonna praise him for clearly answering your question with no extra media around, right? And he gets into his private sector where you, a media member, like, and that's where it gets twisted, because we're about to watch a video and they're gonna focus on that point. This is where I get messed up. Shedeur is not in the media, because just like he said, Tony Grossi just admitted he actually answered all the questions. He didn't do a Baker Mayfield and storm out. We're gonna watch that clip for just a second, right? He actually, forget it, because this is such a clip. He didn't do a Baker Mayfield.
There was a penalty, so we were negative yardage.
No, but there was a lot of time between snaps.
Well, when the penalty happened and we're behind the chains. No, stop saying but. I just told you the clock was running.
Stop saying but.
You want to give them the ball back? No, you don't play. You don't know it. That's just plain and simple. Was I happy with the drive? No, we didn't score points. It's the dumbest question you could ask. What?
Jesus, Tony. Dog, I love this clip. So, I want y'all to know I hated Baker Mayfield. I'm a Texas fan. Hated Baker Mayfield. Couldn't stand him. This right here was the beginning of my turnaround. Jesus, Tony, like that was awesome. So Tony Grossi is known for making athletes run out. Okay, so you just said, Tony, you just talked about how positive it was that he did that. So to then say, oh, I didn't know it was being recorded. I thought it was a private conversation. Why, as the media, do you think you can go up to athletes after they've given you their time, answered your questions to what we've just heard, to satisfaction? But no, you wanted to run up on Shedeur and say something. I wanted to ask something. It wasn't that important. And when Shedeur put his paws on you, he said, hold up. Let me look you in your eye sockets, dog. Let me look at you in your ocular globes. I don't know a better way to say that. I don't know. And fair to you, Tony, you ain't say nothing crazy, but to say, oh man, I can't believe he had the cameras around him. Like, come on, you knew what this was. And now on top of that, you gonna tell me that you don't have a little extra. He was mic'd up the whole game. Tony, are you telling me you didn't know Shedeur was also mic'd up the entire game too? You're telling me you didn't know his brother was there the entire game? He wasn't like a stowaway. He was on the sideline, Tony. So I'm not taking that. Tony, you can put that in your pipe and smoke it, big dog. I don't need that. I don't need none of that. Other than that, Tony, appreciate you for taking it in stride. Appreciate Shedeur for, hey man, just not running out. As much as we love Baker Mayfield, man, you know what I'm saying? He really came up to it. So now we're gonna listen to something that might make you a little upset. I don't go to Fox News or Fox anything except to upset me. But here we are. This is the reason why it's so important to speak about the full context of situations. Let's hear this.
But why I think Friday night was such a clear picture of where we are is because Shedeur had everything backed against him in terms of preparation, familiarity, and now spotlight. He couldn't make the mistakes in practice that other quarterbacks do. Now it was going to be on national TV in a game setting in front of opposing fans. That's not really fair. But Shedeur says, I'm going to be Shedeur. I'm going to walk in with music blaring behind me, whether it's week one of a preseason game or maybe even a Super Bowl. And I think that that portion of it is like, okay, it's preseason here. What are we doing? Like you haven't even started, but they're sticking to the script. But it's also this: Shedeur Sanders talking with Tony Grossi, the longtime Cleveland reporter, about why can't you just say something nice about me? You're always negative about me. And the Sanders camp was like, see, look at this. Shedeur Sanders puts reporter in his place. Why was the camera rolling at that point? Why was there a microphone there at that point? Like that's part of the deal. And the biggest picture to me, Monty, that's why he fell to the 5th round. He fell to the 5th round because teams don't want players walking in with a speaker behind them in week 1 of a preseason game. Teams don't want camera crews following a player around.
God. Oh, God. And look, is he right? Yeah. Is he right? Sure. But y'all aren't going to piss on me and tell me it's raining. I'm sorry, dog. I've got too many videos of reading reports of saying that Shedeur can't do board work, can't read an offense. Mary Kay says he just shits himself pre-snap and he can't read a fucking pre-snap defense, okay? Y'all aren't going to sit here and say Colorado was in the weakest college conference. They won nothing. You couldn't even beat BYU. He holds the ball too long. He's not fast. No. Y'all better stick 10 toes on he's not good at football. Please stay there. Because when y'all get into these conversations talking about the music blaring, we've already talked about it. You mean his teammate? Oh, right, because you read Twitter headlines, right? Yeah. I mean, look, it's Fox Sports. It's whatever. Like, I expect y'all to not read things or understand things or not know what other NFL players look like because you're so focused on getting a Shedeur Sanders TikTok off, right? That you don't even know that Tony Brown, the cornerback that got a pick, right? He was the one holding the stick, and he holds that walking stick everywhere he goes when he's serving the Browns community. That's his thing. I don't know. Look, I don't know. Cornerbacks are weird. I don't know what to tell you. But so I'm happy, Mr. Fox person. I don't know who this dude is. Probably the nicest Fox reporter ever. I mean, even what he look at this. Look at this. This is a crazy pause. I'm sorry, dog. I watched the full video. He doesn't say nothing crazy about Shedeur. They don't really say anything crazy about Shedeur. The lady goes on to say Shedeur's not good at football, and I was like, all right, dog. I'm not gonna have y'all subjugated. If we have time, we'll let her give her bad takeoff. But please stay on the bad football, please. Don't try to sell me. Oh, people before a football game are listening to hype up music? What? Oh, well, what is this, the Super Bowl? Dog, we played hype up music and hey, I don't want you to think I'm a super athlete, dog. I played high school. I played Division 3A Georgia high school. Was not an all-star. Hey, I had some D3 offers now. Oh, hey, almost went D3. Anyway, in all seriousness, we played music. I went to I'm gonna be honest with you, mostly Caucasian school, son. We was blasting Migos, real Migos, 2012 Migos. You kids don't know nothing about that. That's that real deal spiel. Rest in peace. Take off. So we want to paint people listening to music preseason as bad. We want to paint him walking with his teammates as bad. Thank you, Mr. Fox, man. This is the reason why Shedeur Sanders has so many haters and so many supporters. I told y'all this 3 months ago. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Y'all know I keep it real around here. I'm not lying. Y'all can look at the views of my video. It was decent. It was good. It was cool. I'm a chill little channel talking about Colorado College. Oh, let me keep up with the Colorado guys. Let me keep up with Shedeur in the draft. Okay, cool. when Shedeur, the thing, when that draft drop happened, hey, dog, people wanted to know. I said in the video as it was happening, y'all are creating more Shedeur fans. You didn't have to. Shedeur was going to have plenty of fans, but then y'all have people who probably don't like, I'm not really cool with saying this. I don't really, there's plenty of people, whatever. It's cool. Maybe not supporting, maybe indifferent. You made them focus on him, and now y'all are mad that, people are hyping him up. He's getting support. It's all this other stuff. But then when y'all talk about him, y'all don't do the decent courtesy. Whoa. The decent courtesy to put the actual things in context. And then let's talk about, the camera's running while he's addressing Cleveland news media. I'm sorry that the younger generation of athletes have had to watch because I'm tired of it. These absolutely buffoons in sports media that fumble over their words, ask inappropriate questions that clearly, like the Baker Mayfield situation, that ain't gelling right. It's not the right time. We've seen media members abuse their ability to speak to athletes, talking about them crazy. So you're gonna miss me with the teams don't want somebody that talks to media members. That's why I'm telling y'all, please stick with the football. Please stick with he's bad at football, because these don't add up, dog. It just don't. Dog, and shout out to my man 5% in the live chat. Talk about it's been a thing with Shedeur. That's just football, dog. What we talk? He's playing music before the game. What? I mean, I can tell. Look, I ain't the most fit. Again, I don't really know NFL play. But look, man, I don't think this gentleman's been. He ain't been in the locker room in a while. All right, let's be honest. Okay, can we be real with ourselves? So maybe he just don't know. Okay, maybe he just don't know. Shout out to Tony Grossi. I do have this giant picture because somebody in my live chat before I was making this video, they pointed out something great, and they was like, "Hey, you saw Andrew Berry over there? You know what I'm saying? Getting cozy with the man 12 over there. What's happening, man?" Now, obviously, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I hate that I have to defend him. Everybody has seen this video of Shedeur getting drafted. And he looks like he needs to take a shit. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. He looks like he's pinching one right now, right? So everybody's kind of associated with him, not wanting Shedeur as Andrew Berry. And then Jimmy Haslam, of course, said this.
If you'd have told me, so you picked him on Saturday, right? Friday night driving home, y'all are going to pick Shedeur, I would say that's not happening. But we had a conversation early that morning. And then we had a conversation later that day. I think we had the right people involved in the conversation. At the end of the day, that's Andrew Berry's call. Andrew made the call to pick Shedeur. Just like who's going to start or what play we're going to call is Kevin's call. But that's Andrew's call. He made the call.
And there was a lot of rumors saying that Jimmy Haslam went above Andrew Berry's head to go get the deal done, yada yada yada. And a lot of people took that, and people are continuing to take that as like, well, Jimmy Haslam clearly says he's saying that he doesn't want him. I don't take it like that. I'm sorry. If you watch the whole clip, he says. Okay, it's the same thing when I tell y'all about being a head coach. The owner is the most political out of anybody in their speaking, right? What he is saying, what he's trying to get across is, hey, no, I would never interfere because there are certain rules and regulations and certain, roles of each person. So I would never usurp Andrew Berry's GM role and make a pick to go and mess up his authority, right? That's what he's saying. Now, does that mean that's what happened? No, that is optics. That is political speak. That is, hey, I need to ensure, because all of these rumors have been going around that I picked Shedeur. I need y'all to know that I, in fact, did not. Right. So now what I will take is it absolving Jimmy Haslam of any blame if Shedeur is bad? Yes, I will take that all day, every day. I don't think he's saying we don't want him. I think he's trying to say, well, I mean, if he's bad, or if he causes some problems or, it's not my problem. Like, I didn't do that. Andrew Berry did that. Now, I will give you that. So the fact that Andrew Berry is seeing, talking to a guy You know what I mean? 12's got his hands on him. He said, where them one reps at, big homie? Like, where y'all hiding those at? Where they hiding those at? So I think this is a dope little moment, just something to kind of keep your eye out for. And the reason why I made an earlier video about who and what will be traded, and I don't think it's going to be Shedeur Sanders. But hey, that's what we got for right now. Shout out to Tony Grossi again. I think he took it in stride. I'm not buying the whole camera thing. Y'all know what it is. It's prime time, baby. Y'all did not know it was cameras. So don't bring with that. Apparently Tony Grossi was pressing. So, let's get the record straight. Shout out to TG. You do it big. But other than that, man, y'all continue to be great. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, subscribe if you like football content of all shapes, sizes, forms, and fashion. If you're in the live chat, stay there, son. We're still going. But if you're watching the video, see you next time. Continue to be great. Peace. All right. Let me read some chat. Let me read some chat. I should probably actually do this right here. And I will just read some chat. All right, so let me read a little bit of this chat, and then we're going to put together another card, too. This needs to go into the edit. Oh, this already is in the edit. Oh, no, it's not in the edit. Okay. Shedeur. Boom. Okay, cool. Fire. All right. What's Shay saying? BTG TV says they mad. What's it called? They are mad that Tony Brown walked in with a staff. Man's from Africa. Yeah, they're just trying to make things problems. Z Wrestling is laughing. El Hombre Negro says, and keep it on football. Stop saying and showing Shedeur Sanders giving kids toys, etc. as a good thing. Keep it on football. El Hombre Negro, I see what you're saying, like to combat what I was talking about, but I'm not the one that ever said that Shedeur Sanders couldn't read a defense. I'm talking about their standards. So don't tell me to match somebody else's standards that they set. They set their standards. So they need to stick to them. That's what I'm saying. I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. Beautifully blessed with $5. She always comes in and blesses me. I appreciate it. She says, I think they want Shedeur. I wholeheartely believe Shedeur took the hit for that lingering contract of Deshaun Watson. Now, if y'all really want to get into it, if y'all really want to get into that conspiracy bag, so there's a lady TikToker, and she's like a lawyer or something. And we talked about it a little bit on this channel, but there's a collusion lawsuit that the NFL recently lost. Okay. And the collusion was surrounded Deshaun Watson's fully guaranteed contract. It's one of the big reasons why all these new quarterback contracts, well, let me say the lawsuit is because of the reason why all these quarterback contracts have not been fully guaranteed since Deshaun Watson. Lamar isn't fully, Justin Herbert isn't fully, like there's not like crazy or like 100% fully guaranteed contracts from the quarterback position, because Deshaun Watson, not only contract messed it up because it was fully guaranteed, the owners hated that. And that lawsuit basically proved that all the owners came out and said, hey, we're not giving any, fully guaranteed contracts anymore. So I think that for all the conspiracy theories, y'all know me, I'm not a big conspiracy theory guy, but if it makes sense, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna, you feel me? But shout out to you, beautifully blessed. I appreciate you. Treeborg said that's funny. 5% says never trust a man with his hands on his hips. Oh man, sometimes you gotta put your hands on the hips from time to time. I put my hands on my hips from time to time. I like to think I'm a bit trustworthy. But JD says all athletes of all sports play some type of music before a game or whatever. And these people be talking about, and I was born in the 80s. Talk to him, JD. Talk to him now. Mars says never trust stale bread. I didn't say that. Mars said that. Sell more food. This is the big dog here. Dog pine in the house. Treeborg says dudes who are clearly in the league being called Shedeur's entourage shows how highly they think of Shedeur and how highly they think of football players in general. They like, in the effort to try to get the story and try to let's pump the brakes on Shedeur. Y'all just prove that y'all are not people of substance and of football, because if you were, you'd be able to identify the teammates. You'd be able to identify the cultural reoccurrence of listening to music that's been happening for, like my man JD said, since the 80s. Like, I don't think that's a new concept. You know what I mean? You feel me? Maybe they're mad because, oh, it was his song playing. again, Shedeur wasn't the one holding the boombox. I don't know what you talk. Hey, and I explained that in the video, when we actually reacted to it. Again, just proving y'all don't watch football, no football. You think that a locker room of men like allowed that and they thought that was cool, and y'all like there's no respect for Shedeur. You have to have a lot of respect to play your own music in the boombox pregame, dog, like that. But again, y'all want to spin it how y'all want to spin it, so it is what it is. Treeborg, you can make cinnamon rolls with stale bread. All right, Treeborg. All right, Treeborg. That was hilarious. ML Michael says, I am hoping that Jimmy said that because he didn't expect Shedeur to be available in the 5th round. Yeah, that too. I mean, again, a lot of people didn't expect him to be available in the 5th round. 5% says, I want to know, did Shedeur get the NFL script yet? If they know what that money about, they go ahead and ship Deion and Shedeur that script. You feel me? Go ahead and let Deion promote the script in the Colorado press. People gonna watch that. 5%. I want to know. Oh, you already said that. Big Mac says he was asking Shedeur if he could see his barber. Hey. Treeborg says, and bread pudding. Man, Treeborg is stuck. Your boy is stuck on that bread. Shout out to you, my man. Grape tea always doing big stuff. Y'all know what they do. Come on, nah. Mars says, stale bread is stale bread. They beefing. A lot of stale bread beef. Rich Girl Mel says El Hombre is an anti-Sanders troll who shows up on multiple chats that talk about Shedeur. Oh, it's all good. I mean, I like haters. I like trolls because typically they're not really like good at what they do. They usually just have like a few things they want to say. I'm not very smart. They don't got a lot of thought. But you see me, I got facts, big dog. I got a whole, you know what I mean? You know what this is? Ammo. Clips, not the album, ammo. So hey man, go ahead. What y'all want to say? If somebody want to pull something, I got archives. What y'all want to do? Y'all want to talk about Arch? Come on now. Don't let me pull it out on y'all, dog. Let's keep it civilized now. Let's keep it civilized, all right? Come on now. I don't want to have to do it to him. But like I was saying, Flex, aka Miss Kosher, with Shedeur's Carolina performance, he definitely deserves those first team reps now. Sadly, still hasn't gotten any of them, but it is what it is. Seth Hazari says, I bet Jacksonville wouldn't mind some of Shedeur's hype. The Browns are lucky. The Browns are extremely lucky. I think some people have talked about, hey, did the Browns fall backwards into a really good quarterback? But I think the other question is I think that regardless, they fell backwards into some money, right? They fell backwards into clearly what do you call it? Clearly an opportunity for them in their, social media or whatnot to really run it up for a second, because that's seemingly what they're doing. Let me see. Can I put my chat? Because I don't want mine. I want to be able to read my chat. Oh, now this is crazy. I can't do this. That is crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to do it like that. Go like this. Oh, all right, bet. So now I can read the chat. Oh, well, I can't show you this. I shouldn't show you this. This is what I should do. You don't need to see this. I want to be able to read the chat while I do what I'm about to do. What I'm about to do, we're about to put together another card. We call them cards around my parts, around these parts. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. This is how we do it. Okay, boom. Put you right here. Actually, I can just put you, wait. Yeah, like that. Wait, hold up, like that. Put you right there. Go like this. Sorry, I'm over here. I'm mixing it up over here, dog. It's getting hectic over here, dog. All right. So I forgot there was another topic. So 2 topics. We're either going to talk about there's a betting college football player, right? Or we could talk about Cam Ward apparently struggling a little bit. Apparently, Cam Ward struggling a little bit. So I'm going to end this poll. I'm going to ask y'all next topic. Now, if we do college football, I will say that we will, of course, check in with Colorado. We're going to talk about the top 25. Deshaun shows up ready to play it. What happens if in October? Man, see, and that's the problem, dog. That's the problem. Cam Ward or so ML Michaels asks, what happens if, oh my God, if Deshaun Watson shows up ready to play? Lord have mercy. That's what I'll say. Andrew Berry better hold on tight, man. He better hold on tight to Shedeur. Talk about Ashton Genty. Okay, we can get into a little Ashton Genty bag. It might not have to be today. Looks like Cam Ward is winning though. Miles Garrett in the hot. Hey, we talked about that today. Yeah, John Mateer is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about John Mateer and his betting ways. Rid of him. He is top heavy. Hasn't played well. Ashton Genty. If I can, you know what? I could probably put him in the same video because the video I was going to do. Oh, Duck Banks. Appreciate you for the 5. Says, react to Marcelus Wiley comments on Kevin about not praising Shedeur. Wait. That makes sense. Wait. Hold up. Make sure my stream's all good. Sorry, we're having a little problem here. He was not receiving that video. Are y'all? Can y'all hear me? Okay. It's giving me a warning on my thing, but I'm not seeing any problem connection wise. Just real quick, we're about to keep going. Is it just? I want to confirm. Do I look all right? Am I good? Is the stream laggy at all? I just got a hey boy, you lagging. Hey boy, you lagging. I just got that notification. But yeah, we can do the Marcelus Wiley since you donated the $5. Let me go find it. Unless you have it linked, we can do that. We're still gonna do everybody good? Beautiful. Hey, thank you. Nisa, Michael, beautiful. But thank y'all so much for letting me know that I am A-okay. Yeah, Marcelus Wiley is he's like diet Jason Whitlock. You feel me? He tries to say that, you know. I'm just telling it like it is. I'm just telling it like it is, man. So I might not even is this it right here? 64K? This seems to be it. All right, so boom, I got it. Let's try it rated 1 to 10. All right, so that's gonna be ready. So all right, fire. I appreciate y'all. So all right, Doug Bucks, I got the video here. It's ready. Let me do this Cam Ward video, and then we're just gonna straight up classic YouTube. We're gonna react to it, and if he brings up any BS, I'll fact check him. You know what I'm saying? If he brings up a good point, XYZ. Genty's stance change affect this game. I do want to talk about that. That is interesting. Here's what I might do. Let me put this Cam Ward video together because people are saying that Cam Ward's he's got some problems. They're saying Big Cam. Y'all know me. I'm a Cam Ward guy though. I like Cam Ward. He was probably one of the most. If you weren't watching Colorado football, you better be watching Miami football. Like those comebacks that he led. I literally say that every single video I make. God dang, sorry. My dang chair's all messed up. I got stuff all over the place. Anytime I talk about my chair, what is going on back here? What is happening? I think it's about to break. Yeah, he's struggling. He's apparently struggling. They're saying that Cam Ward was throwing a lot of picks, apparently. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, no, he's a young player. And I'm really tired of this whole the most slept on pick. That's another thing we're going to talk about because it's so dumb being in the media and instead of talking about Cam Ward, we're talking about how Cam Ward isn't being talked about enough. That thing's stupid. But yeah, they're saying that he's having some interception problems, basically. But he's a gunslinger. Like again, if you've been watching Cam Ward football, you should die. Should have known that one. Should have known that. I get why Cam went first overall, but I always thought the way he won those games were unsustainable. And to be frank with you, it's not his fault. You know, I think in some videos we talk about it. I just think it's very interesting that people like to blame and they like to bring up Shedeur Sanders' record and only in his Colorado record, but I don't hear y'all talk about Cam Ward fumbling. Again, I don't believe that Cam Ward fumbled. I don't hear y'all talk about Cam Ward fumbling an ACC championship opportunity and then fumbling a what's it called? Not playoff opportunity. Yeah, a playoff berth opportunity. Like they were like undefeated for the better half of the season. They were smoking people, and they were struggling. That defense was struggling against Cal, dog. Anyway, so it definitely unsustainable is a great way to put it. That is definitely a great way to put it. Unlike me, every time they talk about Cam Ward in practice, they keep talking about these picks. What matters is that he's not doing them in game. Now, the problem is he did have a throw that looked like it was almost a pick. I'm just saying. That's what they said, man. That's what they said. Man. I mean, not what they said, but in the preseason game, he threw a ball that should have been a pick. And if we're being fair, Shedeur also threw a ball that should have been a pick. So, you know. If we're gonna be fair, gotta be fair both ways, you know. Now here is the guy that says he's got Cam Ward concerns right here. Boom, joint practice. So this is the main video we're gonna watch. If you look at ESPN quarterback ranking, Shedeur was 2 and DG was 10. And Shedeur is my QB1. I watched both games, and that's what Jessica Gross said. Z Wrestling says Shedeur's name is hot. It's probably not gonna cool down any. All right, y'all definitely want to. Yeah, all right, cool. We're gonna go Cam Ward. We're gonna go Cam Ward, then Marcelus Wiley, and if I got enough gas, we'll go CFB after that. Okay, boring but talented. Nothing wrong with being boring and talented, though. I'm not mad at that. Let me go Cam Ward. Make sure we have enough videos here. Okay, cool. We'll put this down here. All right, we'll get into a little bag work too. Because I do want to watch that video where he threw that basically a pick. I'm trying to find it though. I can't find it. What is going on? Yo, everything is just tweaking right now. What's under talked about? Oh my God, I cannot stand this under talked about thing. Y'all are in the media. Talk about him, dog. What are y'all talking about? I hate that. Quintel says, bro, about to burn the midnight oil. Glad I'm catching this stream. Hey, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you hanging out. Macrotunes wants me to talk about Genty too. Let me see what I can get from Cam. I did see him on a well off. That's how I came to the conclusion. Cam is not as boring as people think. Check the well off videos. Wait, Cam. Oh, y'all talking about Cam Ward. Okay. I was like, y'all talking about another Cam? Oh, yeah, Cam Ward is not more. And that's the thing. They be trying to take Cam Ward out of context to make him seem like he's just like football. He be most of that stuff is like jokes that people be trying to take out of context. Yeah, Shedeur doesn't like football. Like, dog, they're joking. They're friends. Him and Cam Ward be like, shit talking, all that stuff. Like, but people just try to make big shit out of nothing, dog. That's just how it is. Okay, cool. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Cam's fire. I like. I think that's why I like covering Cam Ward and Shedeur. I think they are cut from a similar cloth, if not the same cloth. So, I think it's a good time and a good experience. All right, I think we do have time. What they saying about Ashton Genty, man? First, let me make sure I have everything Cam Ward related. Yo. Why is my chair doing this, dog? What's happening with the chair, dog? My chair be tweaking. I was just leaning on my chair like a weirdo, though, so that's probably my fault if I'm being 100% honest with you. That's funny. Call me ass all you want. Sorry, I'm reading this video. Bam. Dun. Okay. It's time to get to it, man. Let's get after it. Let's talk about Cameron Ward. And let's get to it. Cameron Ward, the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 overall NFL draft. Somebody who the NFL media keeps saying is one of the most under-talked about people while not talking about it. Regardless, we're going to get into that later in this video. But today, the main topic of this video is that Cam Ward is struggling. And the thing he's apparently struggling with is picks. And I really am starting to realize that either NFL fans or maybe NFL media does not watch college football, because I don't think y'all watched Miami. I don't think y'all watched him throw across his body. I don't think y'all watched my lovely weekly breakdowns, which will be back when the season comes back. What's happening for the big college games and then some of the big NFL games. I don't want to stretch myself too thin. You weren't watching them, because something that I said for an entire season of Cam Ward is, man, if he isn't the most exciting man with the football in his hands, but he just will throw the ball just because he can. His arm can make 97% of every throw. He thinks he can make 100% of the throws. And somebody on TikTok described, I forgot who it was, he described it as athletic arrogance, right? And it's almost an overbelief in himself and his arm talent that he's going to put himself in some peculiar situations. And apparently he's continued to do that at Titans camp, and it has some people a little bit alarmed about Cam Ward in the situation. So first things first, I do want to point out this little list here, man. Now, this is from the dog, so maybe a little biased, but Shedeur Sanders did in fact grade out 82.1 PFF grade. Jackson Dart with an 80.7. That's crazy. Jalen Merrill 55.3. And then Cam Ward at a 54.2. I wouldn't really be that mad about it. Again, he didn't get many reps. I think he only had like 8 throws or whatnot. But where is all this fear coming from? Here is Tic Tac Titans. He shows up to some of these practices. He sees the things. He was at the joint practice. What did he have to say today, April 12th or August 12th, about Cam Ward?
The Titans got absolutely smoked by the Atlanta Falcons in their joint practice on Wednesday, and I have some Cam Ward concerns. Now, I'm not concerned about Cam Ward as much as I am concerned for Cam Ward. Look, Cam Ward's interceptions, there have been a lot of them. There have been a lot of interception-worthy throws that he's made. And as I said in a short video just a couple of weeks ago, Cam Ward is a gunslinger. That's going to be his mentality. You got to kind of deal with a little bit of that. When you have Cam Ward, the idea is the great plays, the extraordinary plays that he makes as a gunslinger will outweigh the bad. But it's probably going to be hard for him to outweigh the bad with this wide receiver group. That outside Calvin Ridley is very, very pedestrian at best, and some of these rookie wide receivers may not come along as fast as all of us were hoping. You think about on the defensive side of the ball, the lack of pass rush, even more evident after these last couple of weeks. And think, a lot of you guys want to say, don't panic. We've had multiple weeks of training camp. We've had multiple joint practices with different teams. And at the end of the day, I'm concerned about this roster. Some of the concerns I had coming into camp about this team and where they're at are, kind of proven out on the field. And, of course, we have to mention the Brian Callahan factor. Jeffrey Simmons is after practice talking to Teron Davenport saying, we got to stop with these slow starts. It's just like last year. Jarvis Brownlee called the practice BS out there. The Titans got handled on offense and defense. There was some good in there, but overall, I'm sorry, how could you not be looking at this team and what they've done since the start of training camp and feel more like they're going to be closer to 5 wins than they are 7 wins? If that means that I'm panicking, I'm throwing in the towel for the season and all these things you guys like to say, then I guess that's what it means. But I guess I just feel much more confident in the Titans being more of a 4 or 5 win team right now than I do them going 6 or 7 wins or better.
I hate to be that guy. I just want to say it because, they say it every time we get excited for Shedeur. It's just preseason. Like, I mean, come on, man. We're throwing away the season in preseason. It's almost as if somebody who's been watching football for a long time and has seen a lot of training camps and a lot of high caliber football, it's almost like you can predictively see what you have in a team. So I'm not saying that to make fun of this guy. I am saying that we do have to take, everything with a grain of salt. Are they really going to only win 5 games? NFL's a little crazier than that, but does it look like a team that's only going to win 5 games? I can see that. And, I want to first, before we even get to the interceptions, because I kind of already talked about that, right? That is just that's the flavor of Cam Ward. That's just what he comes with, okay? I think the bigger conversation to be had about is everything else he talked about, right? The Titans picked number 1 for a reason, right? We got to remember that. So whenever you're thrown to the wolves like Cam Ward is going to be done, right? It's the same reason why when I make my Shedeur videos, I'm beating the drum, say, do not start Shedeur. I think it's dumb. I think it's dumb for rookie quarterbacks to start. I know that is like a hot take because we've seen over the last 2 decades a bunch of rookie quarterbacks just get run to death, and hopefully you can Andrew Luck it but not have your spleen explode. Hopefully, right? But how many opportunities does it really? How many opportunities is it a great idea to always start a rookie right out the gates? Y'all let me know. What, Joe Burrow? Even Patrick Mahomes waited. Tom Brady waited. Drew Brees waited. I think Peyton Manning, he started historically one of the worst rookie quarterback seasons of all time. So I think that Titans fans probably should have been expecting to be terrible, right? I don't think if I could one up you, when you're picking number 1 overall, your next upcoming season is probably not going to be great. So the idea of putting everything on a gunslinger quarterback when this archetype needs a great defense, you need to have a great defense to bail you out of some situations, because Cam Ward, I'm going to guarantee you, he's going to put you in some tough situations. There's going to be some times where the defense, hard third and whatever, you get a punt, and all of a sudden, Cam Ward's throwing the pick in his own 30, own 20. And y'all got to get back out there and pray to God you can hold to a field goal. Y'all can stay alive in this game, because I'm sure he can go for back-to-back 60-yard touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? He has that explosion. He has that poise. He can, you know what I'm saying? He has that connection with Calvin Ridley. These boys are locked in. And you know what I'm saying? That thing's crazy. So I do want to point that out, that y'all probably should have been expecting this. that y'all were to be bad. But to double up on that, you got to think about, all right, what's the mindset of a regime, right? We talk a lot about the Browns. What's it called? No secret here. And I talk about how unprepared, or not unprepared, but just how silly they're making themselves, creating more problems for themselves. And then you can look at the Titans in a similar way. You're telling me you don't have your defense secured, right? I love Alec Ayamar. I keep saying his name wrong. I love him. Out of Stanford, he big body dude. He had a great game against Travis Hunter. All that stuff. Love the dude. He's apparently not looking great. Xavier Restrepo, as much as Cam Ward trusts him, dog, he's an undrafted dude that run a 4.88 and he's like 5'8". Like we gotta be honest with ourselves. And Calvin Ridley at a crisp 6'1", 6'2", is your most dominant receiver, the man who had to miss a year for gambling. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not looking great. Now you got coaches speaking out, not coaches, rather players speaking out about practice and stuff like that. You add all of that onto, my main point. Whenever the Titans came to pick, they said, we're going to pick a generational talent at number 1. Okay. So, and this is not me. I love Cam Ward. It's dope. It's not me saying, oh, Cam Ward's bad. It's me saying, watch how they set up Cam Ward. Again, watch them set up another rookie quarterback with no wide receiver weapons from what we've seen besides one. An offensive line that we don't know what's going to look like. The offensive line that was clearly good enough to get y'all the first round pick, right? Or first overall pick, right? Okay. A defense that can't be trusted. But you want him as a gunslinger to go out there and expect him not to try to win games like he did in college, like he did in Miami, like those phenomenal Cal comebacks, phenomenal Georgia Tech games. Please, I say this every single time, go watch those Miami games. Start with the Cal game. I think Syracuse too. There's a bunch of great games, dog. I mean, golly, some phenomenal games. And a lot of it came down to Cam Ward and his big arm coming out there and putting it on the line. And running back Martinez, he's a dog. He's a problem. Do I think Cam Ward has the ability to do that? Yes. Do I think he's going to throw infinitely more picks than he threw trying that same thing in the NFL? Yes. And it would be fine if this was a team, this offense is just terrible, but we got a lockdown defense, so we're gonna take a chance on a gunslinger S quarterback, right? You know what I'm saying? And we just gonna let them feel it out. But if y'all thought Cam Ward was about to fix what y'all had going on, I got a bridge to sell you, my guy. I gotta be honest with you. But before we get into anything else, because I want to get into this conversation that has been pretty persistent around Cam Ward, right? And this is like this idea that he's not being covered. I love this little graph. I feel like every single time we talk about this, so I did it in the middle of the video, right? The best story in the draft that no one's talking about is Cam Ward. I've made plenty of videos myself. I'm just saying. He was a 0-star prospect coming out of Columbia, Texas, where they ran the triple option. His only scholarship was to Incarnate Ward, FCS in San Antonio, transferred to Washington State, then transferred to Miami, went number 1 overall pick to the Titans, and is the American dream. Believe, work hard, focus, and pray. I don't know how you slid the pray thing in there, but I do think Cam Ward is a man of God, and here is Cam Ward leading men. So I think Cam Ward is going to be just fine. Titans, on the other hand, sorry about it. And remember, this ain't, I wasn't reporting this as a Texans fan. These are the Titans people saying this. So that's not me, big guy. But I like to see this. This is a rookie quarterback clearly leading and being a leader of men. But let's talk about this conversation that I think is just the dumbest conversation. Actually, before we do that, I do want to show you something. How long is this? He made this 2-minute video. I want to just show. This is the only video I want to show. The only play I want to show, and it's his pick. Okay, so this is one of them too. Where his? I had a video where it's like all of his snaps. Oh, it's right here. Okay, cool. All right, so I guess we'll show 2 because I want to show the pick, and clearly we can't show too much of it because I gotta be right. Anybody watch Berleezy? Y'all know who Berleezy is? Y'all know who Berleezy is. All right, here it is. It's right here. So here was probably we at 113. My biggest issue of the day for Mr. Cam Ward. Please don't play this. Please stop. Please stop. We're gonna go to 113. Okay, we're gonna go to 113. All right. So you don't want to see this, right? Oh wait, no, sorry, that's a phenomenal pass. Sorry, that's not the one. Sorry, he throws in that direction when he does throw it. Okay, that's not it. Is this it? This is it. Here we go. Okay, so now I'm about to show you this. I'm going to guarantee you Cam Ward is going to not only try this throw again in the NFL, he's probably going to hit it. He's probably going to be able to hit this throw. So he's trying to hit the whole shot in cover 2, right? He's expecting this corner to stab and stay low, right, and not sink all the way. The problem is this corner is looking in the soul of Cam Ward. So he's staring him down. So you can see him. He's already dropping. Instead of sitting here and kind of occupying this lower half like you would typically have in a cover 2 corner, when you have that over the top or maybe like a buzz or not a buzz, but him sitting in those flats, right? Or hard flatten or just jamming and sitting there. Instead of doing that, he actually sinks to get a little bit more depth, right? And the corner sees that, he cheats it, and that should be that should be a pick. But I do want to show, you see that there, if that corner stays, okay, cool, it stopped. If that corner stays even right here, even at the 20, even if he just sits right here and just drifts a little bit, he's got that shot. He's got it perfectly right here. And even if he's right here, he's got the shot. So is this a bad decision? No. But this is a rookie quarterback, like we talk about in the Kenny Picket interception, in the Tyler Shuck interception we talked about. I am no quarterback savant. I'm no, whatever. What I will tell you is if you're going to be a young quarterback, and you're going to stare at the same receiver the entire time, it's probably going to be hard sledding for you. So didn't like that. But I guarantee you he's going to try to hit that whole shot again. And I guarantee you he's going to probably do it a little better. I guarantee you he's going to be like, oh, okay, I need to either look this corner off. I need to be a little more patient with it. Regardless, we're going to make that happen. And this is another one that apparently was not a good look for him. I guess he escaped a clean pocket. That is a pretty clean pocket. Rolls and kind of gets himself in a little more danger than he needs to. So that's something also to kind of monitor on, right? Just small things that rookies do, but rookies are going to be rookies. Rookies are going to be rookies, and they're going to be doing that type of thing. Now, this is absolutely the dumbest thing. So here are 3 separate. Oh, sorry, this isn't. He didn't actually say that. Only these 2 said it. But we've talked about this 1,000 times. So Rich Eisen and NFL on CBS. And actually, I'm not even going to play these because I don't even need to play them. As you can see in the headline of both of these, and like we read at the top, even the little post, he's been maybe the most under-talked about number 1 overall pick in years. I don't think we've had a more slept-on number 1 pick ever in any sport. Wow. I'm sorry. Nobody's watching hockey. I'm sorry. What are we talking about most slept on? Just people aren't covering him. And I say all this to say, do you know how dumb it is? Like if you and me or watch, if we were just, watchers and we're saying it, if we said it, that's different. Okay. How are you as a media member, a part of the people that speaks to me, how are y'all going to say, well, people just don't want to talk about Cam Ward? Dog, the only time y'all talk about Cam Ward is about how much he don't get talked about enough. So what I do want to say is I'm going to shout out Kyle Brandt because we made a video just yesterday, and he shouted out undrafted free agent Kent State project, right? Shout out Kent State. Luke Floria. The weekend after Shedeur's phenomenal performance, he decides to highlight an undrafted free agent. So I don't want to hear any more about Cam Ward. Oh, he don't get talked about enough. It's not enough this, not enough that. Dog, how about talk about Cam Ward instead of complaining that people are talking about Cam Ward? Because you know what's going to happen. And I'm watching it. I'm watching it as it happens. See, people are gonna set up justifiable reasons to have unjust hate for things. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's interesting that, when Trevon Walker was the #1 overall pick, people weren't mad at everybody else. You feel me? But it seems like a certain 5th-round pick might be getting some extra hate just because the #1 pick ain't getting covered the way that they want. I don't know, dog. But hey, man, I know you wouldn't think like that because you're my audience. You're phenomenal. So like the video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. If you want more Cam Ward videos, let me know down below. Hey, Titans fans, Oilers. Wait. I thought you thought I forgot about y'all, huh? You thought, yeah, feel me? You thought. You feel me? Guess where I bought this? In a Houston mall, son. I bought this in a Houston mall. Anyway, y'all be great. Y'all be phenomenal. If you watch this live, stay locked in. We got some Marcelus Wiley videos to watch. But other than that, y'all be great. Peace. Man, I gotta get my Titans, man. I gotta get my Titans fans, man. Y'all know it. You know it, dog. Real Houstonian in this mug. Man. Give me them unis back, dog. Give me them unis back. Trying to steal them unis back. I want them baby blues. That's all I need. It's between, it's definitely between Flacco and Kenyon who's out. All right, so let's go ahead and end this with a Marcelus Wiley video. Where's it? Boom. Okay, cool. So, all right, not my typical video. Shout out to Marcelus Wiley. They call him Diet Jason Whitlock. At least that's what my chat said. Today, just doing the reaction, right? A lot of people have been getting their takes off about Shedeur. Some people call me biased. Some people call me fair. I'm just going to watch this. And, if Marcelus Wiley, gets disingenuous or gets out of pocket, we going to check him. But if he brings up a good point, we're going to let him roll. But let's see what Mr. Marcelus Wiley has to do. Actually, like I said, a chatter in my live
What's up,
stream.
y'all? It's Marcelus Wiley, that dude. Let's talk about what y'all talking about, which is Kevin Stefanski under fire for his post-game locker room comments and his post-game press conference comments about Shedeur Sanders, or lack thereof. He didn't talk about Shedeur Sanders in a way that fans are happy, and now they're calling for his head. A lot of people have been sending me this video like, dog, you got to break this down. So we're going to break this down because what Kevin Stefanski did is actually par for the course. I know a lot of fans don't want to hear it. I know a lot of fans don't know about it, but I'm going to take y'all inside this locker room. So let's get into that. But before we do all that, make sure you support this channel, like and subscribe to it. Make sure you support the kids in the community.
So just so we're all on the same page, I do want to show you because he's going to do his little, he's going to show the video. We ain't gonna show it like this. Let me show you the actual video, dog. Let me ask you. Marcelus Wiley, he kind of a little bit. You feel me? So he doing this whole little side by side situation. I mess with it. I see it. You feel me? But it is what it is, dog. It is what it is. Let me see. Kevin Stefanski. Let me make sure we got it for real, man. Oh, wow. I got a post-game speech from Kevin Stefanski from 2020. Wow. That's actually kind of crazy. That's insane, man. That's crazy, man. Let's just go straight to the Browns, huh? Scroll back a little bit, and it should be.
All right, fellas, hey, that concludes That block versus Carolina team got better. That compete block, that's it. And guess what? That block that we just got completed with that practice versus them with this game tonight, this football team.
Here we go. I think I was muted, but I have the actual video here. Marcelus Wiley's little unk. He had the side-by-side. Here's the video he's talking about here.
This football team got better this entire week by stacking these days, by competing versus them out there on the practice field, by competing versus them on the game field. 0 giveaways. Bless. 0 giveaways. Okay, special teams, Buki, takeaway. Oh yeah, Buki. On defense, Nick, takeaway. Oh yeah. So that's +2. You win football games when you're +.
So, as he didn't talk about, Shedeur. He only talked about the defense. He only talked about the special teams. And if I could predict what Marcelus Wiley is going to say, I think what he's going to say is that, hey, you're a young quarterback. You don't want to give quarterbacks in general, too much praise because quarterbacks are going to always get the praise regardless, right? As a head coach, his job is to give those special teams guys, defensive guys who might not get their headlines in the YouTube channels and all that stuff to give him praise. And if he says that, that's fair. I'll give him that. But let's see. He could have something else.
Just no giveaways. Shedeur was the starter for most of that game. He can't get no love. Okay, so that turns into articles written like this. Okay. Browns fans want head coach fired for post-game comment about Shedeur Sanders.
Okay,
I'm not going to bore you guys with that. Basically, they're like, what the hell?
Yeah. Because
look at his body language. Looked like he didn't even want Shedeur to even be involved, right? A lot of people were taking notice of that. And then his press conference after the game, so then they asked Shedeur about it. Shedeur basically says this. I honestly don't know, and I don't really care, Whenever it's my turn, I've just got to take advantage of it. I feel like today I did some good, some bad, and I know moving forward I won't make the same mistakes twice. In terms of him getting more reps or starting more games, will he get a chance to start? Shedeur's playing it neutral, like, hey, he doesn't mean this, but I don't care. He means I can't influence them, so therefore, I just got to take what they give me, right?
No, I do want to, because I think I was muted. Shout out to my chat. I think there was letting me know that. What I was saying beforehand, I predicted, what's it called? I was predicting that he was going to have a thought process that, hey, he just wants to give praise to the other guys that might not always get the extra praise. You're the quarterback. You're going to get that praise regardless, right? Let's give a shout out to a special teams guy, defensive guy. I'll let him continue.
I get it. Totally. Now, let's get into this for real. This is going to be a deeper dive. Become a gym member with Project Transition.
Okay. Dang, man. Let's get to it.
We know Shedeur is getting all this attention. Coach knows this as well, but I'm not getting caught in that hype, so I'm not going to coach in that hype. So a football coach thinks like you're supposed to think when you get in the weight room. How do you get bigger and stronger? You actually tear down your muscles. You actually break down your muscles, and then they repair themselves stronger. That's how it goes. You tear muscle fibers, and then you recover, and the next thing you know, you get bigger and stronger. Same thing with a football team. You actually break down players. You break them down through analysis, and you break them down in terms of their mentality. You break them down to get to see how tough they are. You just tear them down and see how they build themselves up stronger. That's why we got to go through training camp. Nobody.
So we're actually having audio problems? Hold up. Let me check it. They said I'm coming in and out, in and out. All right, let's check it. What's wrong with me? Testing. Testing. We good? I don't hear the audio problems, guys.
Nobody want to go through training camp, not a single soul, but we got to get broke down.
Okay. Z Wrestling says he hears me good. Robert says we're good. It's still cutting in and out every 2 seconds. You fade every once in a while. So if I'm fading, it's because I'm pressing this button. I have a mute button. Yeah, I think if you're coming in and out in 2 seconds, it's you, dog. I tell you, because I'm listening. So it's not me. If you hear me phase in and out, I have a mute button. Sometimes I hit that, and sometimes when I'm muted, it's because I hit that so y'all can hear that. So it's not always a problem. But if the audio is coming in and out, you might need to refresh. You hate football. Wait, what? I hate football. It happens when I play the video. Pick your nose on camera. Yes. Yes, I do. Is that a problem? I left and came back. Just keep going. The audio is going in and out again. It's back now. What is... guys, I'm listening to it. Okay, see, Quantel has confirmed. You got to pop out, pop back in, refresh the stream. Everybody calm down. Y'all, everybody yelling at me. I don't work at YouTube. Come on now. Let's get through this video now. All right, bet. I do appreciate y'all letting me know there was audio problems. So everybody refresh if you have any problems. Yeah, let's get back into it. All right, is here
to build ourselves up stronger. So I understand what he was doing. I'm not about to come out here praising no dude. Why? Especially that dude. Why not that dude? Well, had to turn my light on. Why not that dude? Because he's a fifth rounder. And fifth rounders don't get praise easy. It's not going to come easy to you, fifth rounder, just like making this team ain't going to come easy to you, fifth rounder. So look, Mr. Fifth Rounder, I know you're famous. I know you're a star. You're a top 10 star in our league already. That ain't got nothing to do with me. NFL, not for long. So you're fourth on our depth chart. This is just real talk. Beat it up in the comments. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but this is the medicine you need and the candy I'm giving you. He's a fourth on the depth chart, fifth rounder, fourth on the depth chart, and fifth on our debt chart. You know what a debt chart is? DEBT. That means we paying Deshaun Watson first, we paying Flacco next, then we paying Picket, then we paying Gabriel, then we paying you. In terms of our love language, which is, oh, hi, itty bitty. Yes, baby.
Okay. All right. Adorable little lady. But can we, come on, guys. We got to edit that out. Can we?
And jump that line. And I'm not going to make it easy for you because I want to see what you really got, how tough you really are.
Okay. Can we stop for a second? We've had to skip. We had audio problems. We were skipping ads. We had gorgeous little ladies coming in, interrupting rants. What's it called? And now they're saying top 10 star. People are mad about how you're saying depth. All right, let's from what he said right now, I don't think it's too crazy for a former NFL player, right? I think he makes good points. Hey, you're a fifth round guy. You know, it's not going to come easy. Why would I give you all this praise? You know, even getting there is not going to be easy. We saw Luke Floria, undrafted free agent, have a great game. You got a hamstring problem, we got to waive you. Get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So in that same regard, I think that they're trying to keep it there, right? They're trying to keep it at that level. I think that I agree with the thought process, but I disagree with the reasoning, right? I disagree with the fifth round pick. I think it's because he's a quarterback. Like I said, like I alluded to earlier, I think if I'm going to hold you to a certain standard, it needs to be a lot higher than, hey, you just looked good in a preseason game, right? So I kind of agree in some regards. If we're being super honest, and if I expect Shedeur to start on an NFL game, then as Kevin Stefanski, as a head coach, I can't be happy about that. We talked about it. Shedeur left some throws on the table. He left some things there. Now, is it good for a rookie fifth round pick? Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think it's good. But to his point, right, that the whole iron sharpens iron, tear the muscle down, XYZ, right? Very notorious. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. It was known that Bill Belichick would tear into Tom Brady on purpose. This wasn't not Tom Brady, the fifth on the depth chart quarterback or fourth on the depth chart quarterback. I'm talking about Tom Brady after like 3 Super Bowls would rip into him, cuss him out. It's a notorious thing. So for me, I think that's not even that big of a deal. But at the same time, some people could look at it a certain way. So I get it. Let's let him finish up a little bit.
So people are like, why didn't you still give him props? He balled. Give him props. Because I'm going to tell you, to give him props in that moment, as much as it could have built up Shedeur, which I don't think it does because he's not lacking any confidence, it actually tears down, in a way, Picket and Gabriel that is not constructive. Why? Because they ain't had a chance to play yet. So pumping up Shedeur makes it seem like, oh, he's doing something that they haven't done. And he's like, all I want them to
and here we go. I got to check you because if we going to be old school, if we going to be, you know what I'm saying? Old school coaches always told me one thing, and I know if you play football, you heard it. What's the best ability? Availability. So, no, Shedeur has done something that Dillon, Gabriel, and Kenny Pickett have done. So, that's my problem. Y'all are so excited to check the Shedeur Sanders temperature and Shedeur Sanders hype that y'all are just saying things now that go against what you believe. Because I know you, Marcelus Wiley. You old school, real football. I played in the league when it was real football playing. I know you. So I know what your coach would have said. I know your coach would have looked at you and said, the best ability is availability. And he was able to be healthy when those two quarterbacks with the same injury, might I add, hamstring, couldn't be healthy, couldn't show up. I thought Dillon Gabriel was he just a 3rd round pick, ain't it? He was graded as a 4th round, 5th round pick. So I get where you're trying to head to, but I gotta stop you real quick because no, Shedeur has done something that Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel haven't done. Sorry about it. Continue.
know is y'all gonna have to earn it. Shedeur got a chance and he took advantage of it. He's supposed to, right? What did Chris Rock say? You're supposed to go out there and play well. You're supposed to be a father. You're supposed to take care of your kids. You're supposed to do well, Shedeur. But these other kids are hurt, hamstrings. They ain't played yet. So I don't want to make it seem like they haven't done something because they got to go out there and do it. And then we're going to go from there. Hold on 1 second. This girl turning off lights.
All right, man. Please.
On cocky tendencies, right? You get enough attention, Shedeur. Why in the hell I got to give you attention? That kind of stuff we reading from them, right? That's real.
I'm fine with that.
And look, these cocky tendencies, these things that people say, oh, that's just who he is. He's unapologetic, whatever you want to say. Let me tell you what the NFL coach is seeing. Okay. He's like, dude, this is what the NFL scouts, coaches, personnel are seeing. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people say it's a conspiracy. I'm just going to tell you what they're thinking.
What they're thinking now.
How in the hell are you legendary before you even get drafted? Okay, so when you
oh my God. Oh my God. Why do we have to do this? Do we how Marcelus Wiley, and not to disrespect any of my people that are of a great age and you're beautifully young, however young you are, but I'm about to call Marcelus Wiley old as dog shit right now. Why do y'all Fox organization, Fox Sports, clickbait, Facebook, old head people keep referring to the legendary thing as some knock against Shedeur? Do y'all know that's just his brand? That's his brand. Just like when AR-15 came in. Oh, y'all forgot about that. Yeah. Y'all forgot that Anthony Richardson was AR-15 until too many. Yeah. Y'all forgot about that. In fact, y'all got mad that Anthony Richardson changed his branding. Congratulations to Anthony Richardson, by the way, for fucking up his own pinky by not being able to read a basic hot call. Good job. But y'all want to sit here and say, how can you be legendary? Because that's what Shedeur is. Did y'all not pay attention? I feel like Eminem and 8 Mile. Pay attention, Redhead. You're saying the same that he said. That's what they said about Coach Prime. Did you not see Coach Prime sit down and tell y'all, my job as prime time is to be a character, to sell a brand, to sell an entity, right? That's what he's saying. So prime time isn't him saying, oh, I'm prime time all the time. It's a brand. Legendary, too legendary. It's what's on the clothes. It's what's on the merch. It's called marketing. This is where I get so mad because you know what's crazy? College coaches, they've had to adjust to the modern athlete. They've had to adjust to the NIL athlete and athletes that are aware of their money, their value, and what they bring to the table, right? But you're going to sit me down and tell me NFL coaches with multi-millionaire contracts can't control their motherfucker saying legendary? They can't read 2 steps past the fact that, maybe this coincides with a brand. But I get it, Marcelus Wiley. You probably fall for AI videos. You probably be liking AI videos on Facebook, ain't it? That's your vibe. You be watching the squirrels jump on the trampoline, huh? That's your thing. I'm happy. But for the people that are full in mind and can decipher things, okay? I see a young man selling his product, selling his brand. Because everybody wanted to get mad that how could Nike, his sponsor, give a sponsored post? You gonna give me a birthday cake on my birthday at my birthday party on my birthday? How dare you? How dare Nike post a Nike athlete? Y'all was hate watching them anyway. What happened? Now y'all mad that because of marketing. My issue is that people get mad. It's this modern thing. Sydney Sweeney Jean thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. This the same way that y'all like to get over on the liberals on the fake race dog whistles to get people mad. It's called outrage marketing. It's the new thing. So y'all are falling for it on the other side. All he did was listen to music and have a brand called legendary since before the NFL. I'm sorry I go off on a rant, but I'm so tired of y'all saying that. Like, are we just being obtuse? Marcelus Wiley, do you know the definition of obtuse? Never mind. Continue, dog. What enough?
Legendary before you get drafted. The last thing I'm about to do is fan the flame of you thinking you legendary. Jesus. And a lot of people in the NFL circles are still sitting there like, this Shedeur, humble Shedeur, I don't know about that. How long is this going to last? How long he going to hold his breath underwater, right? This ain't.
Wait, what humble Shedeur? Y'all, see, Marcelus, we got to, let's get the olds out of Congress. Let's get the olds out of sports media. You're going too slow. They just said he was too confident. They just said he was putting his wrist up. Which one is it? Is he overconfident? Or is he a humbled Shedeur? You can't say that he's calling himself legendary and that he's a humbled Shedeur, because that implies that you understand that the legendary is just a tag. It's just marketing. So you have to pick a side, Marcelus. You gotta, whatever agenda you're pushing. See, when I push agendas, I keep it straight down the line. I ain't gonna slip a Nathan. I'm gonna push this agenda. I'm gonna let y'all know what's happening. But to push an agenda this sloppily, come on, big dog. You can't say he's overconfident. One say it's I don't know how long this humble Shedeur is. I thought he wasn't humble. They were just posting videos of him coming in with music. Nah, man, nah.
This ain't who he really is. He just trying to play that role right now because he got humbled. Well, everybody who gets humbled does play that role. But who are you really? Like, in success, if I do give you congratulations, if I do give you the keys, how you gonna drive?
El Hombre asked in the chat, and what is Shedeur Sanders has done to be legendary? El Hombre, I think you need to go back to school. I think you might have misheard all of the words I just said. And I get it. School's about to be back soon. You probably got like a week, third grade literature. just pay attention, get some comprehension skills, and then maybe you could have like a good question to ask. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Keep it up. Keep reading them books.
Drive in. You're going to drive safely like you are right now, 10-2, or you're going to go back to the pinky on the wheel like, psh, I'm legendary. Coach Stefanski knows that, and he's trying to make sure he tempers that, right? Bring it down a notch. Let's just watch you in success and in failure to see who you really going to be for these Cleveland Browns. Another thing that hasn't left everybody's mindset, an NFL mindset. Think about it. I know y'all don't think the same way because y'all fans or viewers, but in the NFL, when Shedeur had that beef with Cam Newton, that rubbed a lot of NFL people the wrong way, including me. But I ain't the one making decisions. People who are making decisions like, that's how we respect our elders? That's how we
No. How old do you think I am, Marcelus? Do you think I'm 2? Are you? Is he trying to tell me that the NFL had a problem with Cam Newton started the beef? Cam Newton was talking crazy about Shedeur. And then not only that, are you going to tell me the NFL, notorious for treating Cam Ward great? Oh, yeah, that Cam Ward, notorious with having a great relationship with higher-ups at NFL team. No! The beef with Cam Newton, you mean Cam Newton, with his cameras in his podcast, came up to Shedeur after talking shit all week on his podcast, came up to Shedeur while he was warming up for a game and said, keep the energy the same. See, the problem they got is when you have a spine, when you don't take lightly to people disrespecting you just because you think you have some tenure over them. Yeah, y'all ain't taking that too good. Y'all can't handle that. So Marcelus, I'm done. Most of your points are contradictory. Maybe you need to have somebody who's a little sharper reread your notes. Because if you think Cam Newton disses when Cam Newton started the beef, and then Cam Newton went up to Shedeur while Shedeur was getting ready for a football game, and you gonna tell me big hats Cam Newton? That's the bra that stroked the camel's back. The bra. That's the straw that broke the camel's back, dog. I don't know, dog. We gotta be honest, man. Appreciate you, Marcelus. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it. We'll see you next time. Peace. Hey, man. Hey, guys. I gotta wrap this up, man. I'm over it, man. Did this man just say Cam Newton? Cam Newton? Cam Newton is the reason why Shedeur Sanders. Hey, I'll give one thing to Marcelus, boy. That he funny. He funny. He hilarious, boy. But yeah, that's all I got for me in the stream. Whoever told me to react to this, great idea, great job. I got to yell plenty. But we're going ahead and shut the stream down. Yes, yeah, and that's my biggest thing. If you think there's a problem with somebody calling themselves legendary, you might want to get some more hugs or something. You might want to get a psychiatrist. I don't think you're very confident. You need to keep your head up, son. Yeah, they're just creating things, man. But y'all be great. We're gonna wrap this up. We'll see y'all next time. More videos, more streams, more everything, more life. Be great. We'll see you next time. Peace.